Here we go again. Finally got some sunlight out here to recharge my battery. So it's been cloudy lately. So I feel energized now. But that sun not shining, it just have me sleepy and drained. But on my way to my last stop, my last delivery, and then head on back to grab my other trailer. So I keep forgetting to mention, Trucker Overhaul is it's set up to change the way some drivers think out here, try to help them deal with like the frustration and stress that comes with the job. Sometimes you have good days, sometimes you have bad days. So it's important on the bad days to remember the good days. That way you don't give up on what you work so hard to accomplish. So even for me, sometimes it's hard because sometimes I've been doing it so long, it's just like, man, you know what? I'm done with it. I'm going to throw in the towel. But when I think about what else can I do, it's like, well, shoot, I definitely don't want to go work at McDonald's or warehouse or nothing like that. So I just hang it up and tackle on. Think of something better. But for the most part, trucking has been a good career for me. Starting out, back in '07. Out there in Salt Lake City, Utah, dealing with the snow in the mountains. I think that's probably the best way you could learn how to drive these trucks is when you're dealing with the snow in the mountains, because it really weed out the weak, the ones that can't handle it. So if you can make it through the snow in the mountains, you can make it through anything. So that's been a plus with me. You're gonna deal with traffic no matter whether you're driving the truck or driving the car. So you might as well just go ahead and suck it up and manage your time wisely. Grab you something to snack on, listen to some music, something to take your mind, away from sitting in traffic while staying alert. But you still gotta remember that you is on the road. But I like being out here. Sometimes we had to unload the trailers. Most drivers think that don't come with the job. Well, sometimes it don't come with the job. But if you unload that trailer, I guarantee you're gonna get out of there quicker and you're gonna get paid. So some drivers think about the whole process completely wrong. When I was on the road, before I started working at the company I'm at now, like in '07, the guy that I was team driving with, we had went to McLean's, and of course I was on my break. So he said, he came back in the truck, he was like, hey man, you want to make $250? I was like, sure. So he said, I said, doing what? said, unloading the truck. I was like, sure, I'll unload that mug. But what he didn't tell me is you got to break the pallets down. So that's why the lumbers was charging that much. So, of course, if you go in there and you start unloading it yourself, you know, you take your time. Eventually, they're going to say, well, you know what? Let's hurry up and get him out of here because we need that door. So, that's what I did. I mean, $250, the company was complaining about it because they didn't want to pay it to the driver, but they'll pay it to the lumbers. So, the guy was like, why pay it to an outside company when you could pay it to somebody that works within the company? So he was like, I'd rather pay, you know, my second seat than to pay somebody else to do it. So, of course, they had to bite the bullet. They had to take it, but they didn't want to. They wasn't too happy about it, but that's just one of my war stories out here that I dealt with. I dealt with so many war stories out here. So if I talk about my stories, I'd be talking for days. Whether I'm seeing rollovers, I'm seeing accidents. Like I seen a truck that's on dry ground just run into the barricade in broad daylight. So I know what y'all thinking, distracted driving, but who knows what happened. You know, that's why we go through these physicals that we go through to make sure we fit to drive these trucks. What this guy problem is. But yeah, I done drove all kind of trucks. Garbage trucks, end dumps, roll-offs, flatbeds, dry van reefers. The only thing I did oversized, the only thing I didn't pull was tankers. Well, I was starting to get into pulling tankers, but that wasn't something that I really wanted to do. I done made some good money out here. Now, if I take what I know now and go back to 07 with it, I better made a killing. But you know, when you first get into trucking, most companies not going to teach you the in and outs of driving trucks. That's why it's not good to sign a lease when you first get into trucking. Unless that company teach you the ins and outs. These doggone center lane drivers. I just don't understand. Trucks only got 2 lanes. Why hog the middle lane? Oh boy. Center lane Larry. They see you behind them, but they still ride this middle lane. That's why I say there's a lot of immature drivers out here. Their companies been taught to drive this center lane, which that's blocking the flow of traffic. So I don't know why state troopers don't stop them for doing that. They definitely need to pull them over for blocking the lanes. Snyder trailers. One in the right, one in the middle lane. I could never. I don't think I'll ever drive for Snipe. I done been on some bad companies. I don't think I'll ever pull for Snipe. That's the way they train their drivers. Nice. Oh no, I just can't do it. Let's see. Rookie. You can tell these rookies out here. I don't know why this thing's telling me to take 20. Why this driver didn't get over to the middle lane, seeing a broke down truck on the shoulder. I guess that's why they started to implement the